Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Ruj, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Naveed Bhai. And first of all, thank you so much for being with us today. I know you've had a busy schedule, right? So let's start with, let's take a step back, okay? We've been at this summit since a while. We've been hearing people talk about digital transformation, acceleration, and everything. But we've seen that the past 1 year has been very difficult for everybody, right? And we've seen a lot of disruption. And where we've seen disruption, we've also seen opportunities, right? So I would want to hear from you your perspective, right? That what has panned out in the past 1 year and where do you see things moving forward?
Yeah, so I think it's just building on the conversation that we've been having since the morning. Last year has been extremely difficult for all of us. I think this is one phenomena everyone around the globe can relate to. COVID has really changed the way we work, the way we operate in our daily lives. We've gone through a serious health impact with our friends and family. A lot of folks have lost their life as well. So it is indeed a difficult time. But, you know, with all this crisis, I believe there is a huge opportunity as well. Because analysts believe, you know, we are talking about digital transformation here, COVID has been the single most important factor driving digital transformation. So we've seen, you know, not just businesses, industries getting disrupted. So one of the largest impacted industry is the travel industry. We are not seeing people move to multiple locations. Business travel is not the same. We have limitations meeting our friends and family, even across cities, within cities. So there's a sense of confinement. And because of that, some platforms or some industries, the virtual communication industry has actually skyrocketed. So it's one interesting fact is that the market cap for Zoom, surprisingly, is larger now than the market cap for 7 largest airline companies in the world. This is not something anybody could have predicted. And you know that's what COVID has done to us.
Yeah. So taking this point forward, right? And I can already see that we have a research done by the Fortune 500. So can you give us a little more insight into what do you see happening with businesses in the year 2021 and moving forward?
So I think with pandemic, everybody's accepted, you know, that 2020 was difficult, but the single most important question is, yaar, ye theek kab hoga? And that's what everybody's wondering. That's the discussions that we are having at home, at work, in businesses around the globe. So Fortune 500 did a survey with the CEOs of the top 500 companies. And you know, I just wanted to share some interesting facts around it. So in terms of the economic activity, how will it be or when will it get to the fact, to the state that it was before the pandemic? And if you see, Q1 2022 is where most of the CEOs, 52% of the CEOs think that it's actually going to be on the right track, which is, you know, the good news is it's not too far away, right? So there is still light at the end of tunnel. At the same time, look at the travel stat. You know, people ask, will we be able to travel the same way that we used to do pre-COVID? And the answer is 50% plus think that is never going to happen. So that's a fundamental shift that we see going forward. You know, there are things that will improve, things will balance out. There is positivity. I know the governments have been able to now control the spread to a certain level. There are multiple vaccines coming out. So life is improving, but it's never going to be at the level it was before.
Zabardast. So, Naveed bhai, ye to ho gaya na. This is the research that we've done. This is a general perspective of how the world is going to look like a year ahead. So if I were to ask you specifically about Dell Technologies, right? Where do you think Dell Technologies stands when it comes to these transformations, or how it has actually accelerated?
Yeah, so I think if I take a step back, first of all, pandemic aside, for us as an organization, we had the top sponsorship to drive digital transformation. This is not 1 year or 2 year, this is years back. And for some of the folks who don't know, Dell actually went through a transformation when Dell in 2017 bought EMC Corporation for around $67 billion, which remains the largest acquisition ever in the tech industry. So we had our share of, transformational pandemic at that time, because these were two different companies, one focusing on enterprise customers with data centers and cloud technologies, and the other focusing more on the consumer product, more channel driven. So when the two companies came together, I think there was a big question around how do we define the new organization? How do we, improve customer experience? How do we grow the business? So the fundamental thing that changed was there was an idea that was built that the new company is going to be called Dell Technologies, and the future of that company was defined. So from an HR processes and a culture perspective, we defined what the HR or the people working in that company, what skill set would they carry? What would be their attitude? What would be their drive? What would be their outlook in serving our customer? So that's the fundamental thing that helped us. Secondly, now because we are an IT company, one of the largest globally, that helped us transform our IT systems as well. So a transition from multiple sales tools, from supply chain, from product management, leveraging multi-cloud environment, I think we were able to cope up. The process is still ongoing, by the way. So if anybody believes that we've reached perfection, that's not really true. It's still going on, but that helped us a lot. Now, because we went through such a significant change, it helped us manage the pandemic situation as well. So coming to pandemic, I think since the time it started, from an HR perspective, from a channel perspective, we were ready day one for our folks to work remotely, to access our systems, to be able to perform all their duties, which they were initially doing in a hybrid mode or during the office environments. In terms of transformation, I heard some folks talk about e-commerce and technology trend changing. We also saw 80% growth in our online sales. That's something, even though we've been trying to drive it, was not happening till the time COVID happened, right? So those are some of the things that have helped us cope up better and grow as an organization. So from a business perspective, I think we've grown 30% because
just
of
one
this,
quarter,
yeah.
which is
Yes.
Q2 for 2020.
Right.
Zabardast. So taking this further, so if I were to ask you from your experience, right, from an IT perspective, right, what are the factors do you think that are changing the digital transformation?
So I think we've talked about COVID being one of the big enabler, but there are other factors or disruptors that are already in the market that we see, and I know a lot of my colleagues are going to talk about some of them. So first of all, we know 5G is near. There are a lot of countries that are doing practical testings. We know that it is going to transform the way we do business. Mobile penetration, data usage increased because of one phenomena, video, which transformed everything. Now, majority of the content that is being created is actually at the edge. So 5G plays an important role. Similarly, we're looking at machine learning and artificial intelligence playing a key role. In healthcare, it is helping develop medical solutions, vaccine. I know as a fact that some of our solutions have helped some of these large companies complete their analysis and complete the vaccine journey as well. Similarly, Cloud remains one of the important part. We are seeing even from cloud to a hybrid cloud to an edge environment, a lot of data is now going to be produced at the edge. That's also driving digital transformation. So COVID aside, these factors, in our opinion, are fundamentally still changing the world that we live in.
So from a Dell Technologies perspective, can you tell us a little bit more about what Dell Technologies has been doing in this arena?
So I think the disruptors we've talked about, we are not primarily a player in 5G technologies. I think there are companies here who are going to talk about that in their sessions. But what we are doing is we are building solutions that enable the adoption of these technologies, right? So how do you develop solutions that support artificial intelligence? We talk about big data. A lot of big data development now requires artificial intelligence or machine learning. Machine learning then helps technologies sustain on their own. So the bottom line is that we want to reduce human intervention. And that's where we are working on in majority of our technologies.
So, Naveed Bhai, when you talk about 5G, when you talk about machine learning, AI, these all sound really fancy. At the same time, for a lot of people, these phenomena might even come off as a little complex, right? So, if I were to ask you, where do you see the trend of these solutions in the emerging markets, right? So where do you see Pakistan? And since you also lead for the Asia emerging markets, so you can also give us an insight of how things are happening in other markets, right? So if you can explain thoda sara कि in solutions का emerging markets में क्या scope है? Where do you see?
Okay, so based on a survey by IDC, by 2030, 52% of the global GDP will be digital, right? So there is globally a trend towards going digital. Now, I think in the start of the session, someone talked about, let's talk about digital transformation that relates to our environment, Pakistan. Let's not talk about what US is doing and how the West is moving on, because I think they are already ahead of the curve. But एक interesting चीज़ जो मैं discuss करना चाहता हूँ with my experience working with emerging markets is the fact that, first of all, I think their appetite for technology adoption is higher than the Western markets. That's something that may come as a surprise to a lot of folks. And the reason is because they don't have a large legacy infrastructures in place. They don't have a legacy that has to be changed. So when you're starting something fresh, you have a better ability to drive it based on the trends for the future. So emerging markets may, whether we talk about hybrid cloud environment, whether we talk about machine learning and AI, what my experience is, there is better adoption. And a lot of folks, companies are coming up. We see a lot of requests coming in remote countries like Mongolia, like Fiji, where we are talking about digital transformations for large service providers. We are talking about an Azure cloud to be available in that environment. Specific questions around how do we manage edge workloads, what are we doing in the data lake space. So those things are happening, and I think a lot of our customers can benefit within Pakistan from their experience in the emerging markets.
That all sounds really interesting, especially when it comes to the emerging market trends. But since, we're limited on time, if I were to, in the last, ask you, what would be the key takeaways for us to give the audience here today? So what would you like to say about that?
So I think from my perspective, first and foremost, and this is not just IT, this is overall working with a diverse pool of customers and organizations. First and foremost, I think we need to be in a mindset that embraces change. So we need to accept that this is happening, and we have to, one way or the other, find a way to cope up with it and manage it. Secondly, whatever we are trying to build, whatever we are trying to create, we need to look at the future and then build accordingly. We understand you build on your strength, you look at the current environment, but whatever model comes through has to be adaptable and it should be able to scale to the future requirements. And lastly, we have to make sure that no technology solution works. You know, you can make millions and millions of investments on technology adoption, but if you don't invest in your talent, you're not going to get the right results. So getting the right HR pool, defining the new roles for the future, and putting your bets around that. So I think that would be my summary for
So
Three
that's-
Takeaways.
Thank you so much, Naveed Bhai, for being here with us today, for giving us the time for this session. And I'd like to call out to the audience if you have any questions or any queries regarding what we've discussed. We'd be more than happy to take your feedback and your comments. We're here, we've got our Dell Technologies team sitting here, so we'd like to hear from you. So with that, thank you so much, Naveed Bhai.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you,
opportunity.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.